1 week. All right, I think we're streaming. Welcome to the AfterBuzz, ladies and gentlemen. At least I hope we're streaming appropriately this time, as we're still figuring out how to do this minus a producer. But hi, how's everybody doing? Meet special guest, Wreck-It Randy. Hi. Wreck-It Randy here trains out at Gorilla MMA, which it's the gym that I go to. And, you know, let's just start things out. How long you been doing fighting?
I've fought all my life, but I've done MMA and boxing since for 7 years now total, in amateur and pro together. Went pro 4 years ago.
Which do you prefer, boxing or mixed martial arts?
MMA.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just because you could do more?
It's way more challenging. Boxing's fun, and boxing gets you paid, but it's just it's your footwork and it's your hands. MMA.
And, by the way, I was told this last night, hips don't lie.
Hips don't lie.
Hips don't lie. As I was kicking the bag, Randy's like, dude, put your hips through it, because when I'm kicking the bag, my leg's stopping too early. But really quick, we also have to mention it is brought to you, the AfterBuzz, by Glitch Gaming, which Glitch Gaming Center gives you state-of-the-art gaming systems in the palm of your hands. Once you experience Glitch, you'll instantly want more. Glitch Gaming Center, 1505 George Dieter, or glitchgamingcenter.com. We will have a giveaway for Glitch Gaming Center coming up. Also, this fantastic shirt that Randy is rocking. He brought a couple in that we'll be giving away later as well. So Randy has booked a fight March 31st, I believe.
March 31st is my first of 3 fights with AFL, American Fight League. And it's my first time ever getting more than one fight from the same group. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of exciting to me that I get that. If all goes well, the third fight will be for a championship here in El Paso.
And this one, it's up in Cruces.
Las Cruces.
On the 31st. Tickets on sale now or not yet?
As of Friday, they will be.
Okay, so this Friday they go on
Friday
sale.
They will be. You're going to have a guy from Juarez, 3 guys from El Paso, and then me, which I train out of El Paso, but I live in Cruces. Mm-hmm. And there's going to be quite a few local fighters there. An exciting night of fights, for sure.
Yeah, so March 31st. And we'll get a link to the tickets when anybody wants to check out the tickets and stuff like that, so that you guys can go check out and support Randy in his fight. So you've been doing it for about 7 years, both boxing and mixed martial arts. Of this 7 years, is there one victory where you're like, yeah, that's the one? Like, yeah. Like that, like is it your first one, or is it one where maybe you were like, might have been outmatched for a couple rounds and you came back, or?
Well, I'll tell you, my very first fight, I wasn't sure if I was really wanting to do this or not, but everybody says, hey, you look like a fighter, you like to do this, you might as well try it. So I worked out for 2 years, and then I fought my first fight. And I went in there against a guy that had quite a few fights, and I submitted him in the second round. Absolutely exhausted. They're saying, raise your hands, raise your hands.
I can't
lift them up. They threw my shirt to me, and I just watched it fall on the ground. Like, no, I left it there. I was really, really tired from that, but that kind of sparked me to, oh yeah, I really want to do this. And I beat the guy, and he's a good sport about it and everything. And then one of my hardest fights, we got fight of the night, and then turned around and got fight of the year for MMA. They voted on that stuff, but it was against Chino Montoya. I don't remember how to say his first name right. Mm-hmm. We fought hard. He's 6'3", and I kicked him in the head. I was really proud of that. And we fought a really good fight. And then at the end of the fight, he caught me in an arm triangle, and I tapped, and he won. But according to the scorecards, I won the other 2 first rounds. So if I would have just survived,
stayed out of that one hold, you would have been okay.
And that was probably the fight I talk about the most. It's
even it being a loss, it was still an exciting fight.
Very exciting, yes.
And okay, so people in the YouTube chat, they're asking where things are at. I'm not sure exactly what I think. The fight might be one, so Las Cruces, but where's the venue?
The convention center is where we're going to have our fight on March 31st. They'll be opening the doors at 6. Fights will start at 7. There's going to be 12 fights, 3 pro fights, and then the rest will be amateur fights. 1 championship fight as an amateur for 145, and then the 3 main pro cards.
Okay. And what weight class you fight at?
185.
Okay.
So I cut a lot.
Okay. I was gonna say, because even me, like right now, I weigh probably 200.
Yeah.
And that's what, like, because Isaac's been pushing me. He's like, we should put you in a fight. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. But then everybody else is like, no, you should fight. And I'm like, I got to drop a lot of weight because
you need to drop at least 185.
Yeah, because I'm 200 pounds. I get my ass kicked.
Well, most people that fight at 200, 205 will be doing
240 when they're walking around normally. Like,
yeah.
I'm not going up against those dudes. But also, if you guys are curious, so Gorilla MMA, that's Isaac's gym. That's the guy that owns the gym. It's out off of Sunland Park.
Right.
If you're heading out, like you see that you got the racetrack right on the left hand side. You've got the really just kind of the other horses over on the right. And then if you turn into that complex, it's right where the adult video store is. That's right over there, and it's kind of it's back a few blocks down that way. It's a great location. He's got a kick-ass gym. There's a ton of cool people. I unfortunately don't get the full experience of it because I can't be up that late. They do the full classes starting at 6 o'clock. It's mixed martial arts. You can do jiu-jitsu, boxing, kickboxing, like you name it, they have it out there. They're even doing yoga on Saturdays now.
Right.
And but I don't get quite the full experience because 6 o'clock is too late for me to train. So I go in at 5 and do like private lessons with Isaac. But I still get to see guys like Randy and stuff when they're coming in and getting ready for everything else. Randy's the one who, when I'm trying to do the splits, he'll come up and he'll kick my leg out. So then you already think you're stretched all the way, and then all of a sudden he'll kick the inside of my leg and he goes like a little bit further. But it's helping. I'm close. I'm getting really damn close.
It sucks when that happens, though.
Yeah. Let me see here. Nothing else really from the chat right now. If you guys have any questions for Randy, by all means. Oh, they couldn't really see the shirt, so let's.
So there's a girl's shirt that's the.
And what sizes we got?
That's extra large guys, red shirt, and then a medium girl's pink.
All right, so let's see if this can pop up on our fantastic camera a little bit better. Let me walk right through this one.
But it has my face on it. It says Wreck It Randy. If you want me to, I'll sign it. It doesn't bother me to sign it. I've signed other people's shirts. If not, either way, I'd really appreciate you sporting those. And if you want to come to the fights,
and it's a good shirt.
Yeah, it's going to be good for working out afterwards. It wicks the stuff. I don't buy cheap shirts.
No, yeah, because well, you and I were talking about this in the gym. Is that frequently you'll get people where they buy shirts and they give them away. Like I've worked for radio stations that have done this. There's one radio station I worked at. Every single T-shirt we did was awful looking. Like they just looked bad. It was the cheap ones where like the arms are a little bit too big and the shirt's a little bit too short. It's just crappy cotton and they're not a good shirt. And it's like, why are we doing that? Because nobody's ever going to wear that. This is something you would actually wear because it's good quality. Yeah. It'd be good to work out in. Just don't look like a pussy when you're wearing it, please. Like by all means, let's not do that. Be like, I'm a fit regular Randy. You're like, no. Yeah, come on. Let's grow up here, folks. Yeah. All right, so we're still getting some questions who are just people coming now into the AfterBuzz. This is Randy, also known as Wreck It Randy. He trains out at Gorilla MMA. He's got a fight coming up March 31st up in Las Cruces, the first of 3 fights. But another cool thing about this one is that you're not only locked into AFL.
No.
So you can go book another fight even while under this 3-fight contract.
Which I plan to do. I other than when I had my injury, other than that, I fought between 7 to 10 fights a year is what I fight.
Yeah. You had a horrible injury last year.
I fought my Achilles and it was completely torn in half. And then I walked on it for a week. And then I got a second opinion. The second doctor's like, you're not leaving my office till I put a boot on you. And he put the boot on me, and oh my gosh, it felt so much better. I was like, oh, I can walk now. He's like, no, you can't. Don't walk on it.
God, that's one of like that. That's still one of my fears is that
it felt like somebody hit me, like a weight or something fell and hit my heel. Mm-hmm. And I looked back and I was like, then I realized that it was popped in my Achilles or something popped. And I laid down and just kind of screamed. It didn't hurt bad, but just kind of panicked. Didn't have any other way to respond other than
like that. That's seriously one of my like, especially when you see it happen in a sport. Like I remember I was watching a Portland Trailblazers game one time, and Wes Matthews, who used to be on the team, just like the way he landed one time and the way he pushed off. He was one of those guys that wore like the big tall socks. Like you didn't see any of his leg because he was wearing so much shit. But you could actually see when it landed, his calf like kind of roll up, and I'm like, oh my god, that just like that looks fucking horrible.
Yeah, it makes me. flex everything. I'm like, ugh.
So,
Just, like tighten it.
so that happened last year. When did that happen last year?
Last March, right before April 1st, so March 31st.
So then how so it'll be your 1 year anniversary then.
Yeah.
But you have fought since then. What
Boxing.
was that other one? Was it in Houston?
It was in Dallas.
Or Dallas area.
Boxing.
Okay.
And got my eardrum popped, which makes your equilibrium go crazy. But other than that, it was a good fight. I ran into Emmett Smith, which I thought was kind of cool. He said I was a bad man, which I was like, no, you're a bad man, sir. But
You're Emmett flipping Smith for crying out loud.
It was kind of cool.
All right, so then when was that fight? That was in October?
It was December.
December, okay. And that was your first fight since
Correct.
the Achilles. So could you have fought before then, or do you think that? And this was a boxing match. This was not mixed martial arts. It was boxing.
My goal was to fight 6 months after I injured myself. So they said that was an impossible goal, but they released me at 4 months out.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to go. I was able to take the fight, but the fights that I had fell through. And December was my first fight. It was at the beginning of December. And then I've been trying to get fights. I tried to get on January cards, and I fought. That fell through. Then I tried to get on Jin's card, the boxing match coming up in a couple weeks, and
there's nothing panned out.
Nothing panned out. But I would love to be on that fight. That would have been cool.
Yeah, that's the Jennifer Hahn fight. It's the Haskins or the Carlson.
Yeah, the Haskins.
The Haskins Center, and that's February 17th. Should be a really good fight. There's a lot of I believe titles.
Yes, there's
up for grabs. There's a couple of them.
There's 2 titles up for grabs, and then 4 people who have held the title at one point or another.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would encourage everybody to go out to that. We always talk about El Paso being a fight town, and then I go to fights, and I'm pretty disappointed in the amount of room we have. At Don Haskins, you can fit like 4,000, 5,000 people,
mm-hmm.
and I've been to fights where there's like 300 people. It's a waste of time for the promotion to come here if that's how it's going to be.
Yeah.
But everybody always begs, well, we don't have the fights, and when they show up, we need to show up for them, and then we'll get more higher quality fights as time goes on because of that.
Yeah, and then you can sit it's always a good time. I enjoy going to see the fights as much as I possibly can. So we got some from the YouTube chat. Green Eyed Ghost asks, "What do you think of chances of Mayweather fighting in the UFC?"
I think he'll die. When you've trained as long as he has to use your hands and your footwork the way he does, and somebody kicks your leg, it's not going to last.
Well, his whole strategy when he's boxing is to counterpunch.
Right.
It's to draw you in because his head movement's so good, you're not going to hit him. But then it's to win by scorecard. He doesn't fight to knock out. Right. He doesn't fight to really do damage. But that's not his strategy. His strategy is to back up, make you miss, and then hit you with something else, and just very slowly kind of chip away at it. So he's winning every round. In mixed martial arts,
he's going to have 3 rounds, and
he's going to get taken down.
Yeah, and once you're taken down, if you don't know how to get up, you're dead.
And that was do you remember
Randy Couture?
James Toney.
Yeah.
And I remember watching that fight. Dana White called almost to a T what was going to happen. And it wasn't any secret. I mean, most people knew it was going to happen.
Well, you see James Toney hit anybody, and I don't want to take that punch.
Hell no. Take him to the ground.
Take him to the ground.
And that's the thing. So what Dana White said is he sees a double leg takedown, and Couture's going to finish it on the mat.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened, except it was a single leg takedown, not a double leg takedown. And that's what would probably happen with Mayweather.
Yeah.
Ivan's asking, what do you think of Ronda Rousey going to the WWE?
Well, I'm kind of mixed about her. Anyway, she had a chance to show how even when you're a champion and you have such a hard failure, that you can bounce back and that you can be something that the people can look up to. And she had so many girls that were just like, she's amazing.
Looking up to her.
And she is amazing. But she listened to the wrong corner too long, and then now she's going.
They kept trying to tell her she could stand up against Holly Holm.
Yeah, that's stupid. That's the same thing as Randy Couture standing up to Tony. You don't do that. Not because you don't have a skill set. It's because who can stop Ronda Rousey on the ground?
Yeah,
nobody.
But she. I mean, at first I was very pro Ronda, but towards the end there, I kind of soured on her a little bit because it seemed very, and Buzz actually brought this up on the air where he's talking about how like she used to talk so much shit when she was on top, and there was I can't remember who it was who she knocked out, and she's like yelling over the person like, "You're gonna cry now? Are you gonna cry now?" And it's like, okay. But then when she lost, oh my God, the world was coming to an end, and she's thinking about like all these horrible depressive thoughts, and it's like, okay, so if you're able to be like that on top, you should be able to lose a lot better. And she came off as a very poor loser. I don't see her ever getting back in. Do you?
No, I don't. Her mentality, like her mindset is I have to be the best, period, or I'm not going to play. Like, I'm going to take my toys and go. And I like Ronda Rousey as a person overall. I think what I know of her at least, but I think she'll do great in WWE because they can orchestrate it to her being able to win, which that's what she wants.
But the ultimate blasphemy is the fact that she's coming out with Rowdy Roddy Piper's Jeff. Like, come on. Like, I get that her nickname is Rowdy Ronda Rousey, but show some respect to Rowdy Roddy Piper, for crying out loud.
That dude was awesome.
That dude was the best. That guy was the best. All right, so I'll do you guys want any more questions here in the YouTube chat? We can do some giveaways here if you guys want. Just email me, Brandon.Coates, that's Coates, at townsquaremedia.com. I've tried the Buzz Adams Show account. For some reason, I have issues with it. You can try it, Brandon at buzzadamshow.com. But we do have the 2 T-shirts from Randy here. We've got the red one for men. That's an XL.
That's what I'm wearing right
on
now.
That one. So that's what Randy's got. And then we also have a pink one, which you said this was a medium?
Medium girls. And I think they actually kind of run big. Most of the girls that were saying they wanted a medium came out saying it was better to have a small. But it's like a hot pink type thing, which...
Yeah. And it's, I mean, and they're good quality shirts. I mean, it's like, that's something I'd wear. No. Maybe. What are you saying about pink, Randy? All right, so we have that giveaway. So if you want in on these giveaways, don't email me quite yet because we have some other stuff we're doing as well. So Glitch Gaming, who is our sponsor, next week we're bringing them in. It's not going to be during the AfterBuzz. This is something that we're going to film. And one of the big things that Glitch Gaming has is like the big virtual reality stuff. And if you go out there, they're at 1505 George Dieter, and they have, I can't even remember how many computers it was. It was like 20-something computers that the guy built himself. They're built for gaming. You go rent time while you're there. You can win prizes while you're there. And they have the full-on virtual reality gaming systems as well, which if you've never seen it, they're hilarious to watch people do when they have the actual headset on because they're swinging at things that don't exist. Buzz and I did the one out there that actually has, you put on special shoes and you're standing on this platform so you can run where you're wearing a belt so it kind of holds you up and you're actually moving your feet so your character's moving around and it's a first-person shooter as you're running around. It's great. So we're bringing them in next week and we're going to film some reaction videos of people for some of the stuff that they have. One of the things I was trying to – have you seen the ones where the people put on the virtual reality and they it's like they're on a ledge? Oh, and then like somebody will come up and push them and they fucking lose their minds. I was hoping they had that. I don't think they do. They might now, but at the time when we went out there, they didn't because Buzz is horrified of heights. Absolutely can't stand him. There was a video that we were shooting here where people were doing like this pie challenge where they were like chucking pies off of buildings to like hit somebody in the face with it.
That'd be so painful.
So we did that. And so it was me out front, and then I was down below and whatever. And then when he got to the top, I mean, if you've seen this building, it's only 1 story up. It's really not super high, but it's high enough that it freaked him out. And so he wouldn't get close to the edge. It got to the point where he was holding the pie, and he's just kind of throwing it over the ledge because he didn't want to get close. He was too scared. So anyway, so those are the 2 giveaways. We got the 2 T-shirts. We got the men's extra large, women's medium. And so if you want, or if you also want in on the Glitch Gaming stuff, we're doing this Tuesday of next week during the day. So if you can't make it here during the day, don't fucking email me because it's pointless. But we're doing that next Tuesday. So if you want, it's Brandon.Coates at townsquaremedia.com. And that's Coates. What do we have? A couple of things in here. Tina is asking, what has been your most difficult obstacle?
People looking at my age probably, because I love fighting. It's if you watch me fight, you'll see a smile on my face most of the fight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm either stoic or I'm smiling. I'm not angry fighter. I dance. I do a lot of stupid stuff. But
With your fancy muscle pants.
yeah, but that's for the weigh-ins. But when my biggest obstacle is everybody goes, oh well, he's 43 years old. You know, he's over the hill and all this. I actually went pro at 39.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not an old beat up punch drunk guy, but I fight a lot of people that are in their early 20s, and they think
this is an old guy. I don't have to worry about it.
It's an easy fight for me.
So you're saying there's a chance for me still?
There is,
because I'm not even 39 yet.
No.
We actually, I think we had this conversation where we're having a competition of who's older. It was between me, you, and Isaac. Isaac's the young one out of the three of us. But yeah, so hey, who knows? Maybe I'll step in at some point.
It's always fun. To me, it's fun. I mean, it's a challenge that is it's like you go out there, you work out, you train, you practice, hit the bag, you feel like you're bad, and then all of a sudden you actually have to do it. This is applying it, and I really like to apply it and see where I'm failing at. Because you when you win, everybody wins with you. When you fail by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hard to fail. And so I hate that part.
Have you ever had one of those moments? Like I've noticed this because one of the things that I'm really working on right now is kicking, and like yesterday, really like getting your hips through,
Right.
and like one of the problems that Randy's pointing out yesterday is I'm on the bag. If this is the side of the bag, like my foot's stopping here, like I'm not kicking through, and I'm not getting as much power as I should be. Have you had that moment when there's something that you're working on and you're working on and you're working on, but you're not quite getting it, but then all of a sudden it was like, oh,
Yeah.
and there's like that epiphany where you get it once, and then it's just like, oh shit, this is it, and then it just kind of becomes more natural. But you got to get past that frustration of why am I doing this wrong so many times?
A lot of times we get too far into our own heads. Your head is a lot of times is your own enemy in fight. You sit there.
Tell my fiance that. she knows me. She's like, get on your own fucking head.
And so a lot of times you need to have a corner that you trust, and you always have to have people around you that you trust in fighting or in life, in my opinion. But when they call you out on your bull and they say, no, you suck at this, you don't sit there and go, how dare you? I would much rather somebody say that to me
than to give you
false. You're an amazing person, Randy, and then I go get my butt kicked. Why did I get my butt kicked if I'm so amazing? And
because they were blowing smoke up your ass.
Yeah, and so I want to be able to have honest people around me, and then when my corner comes in and I just got my butt kicked, them not to go, good job, like Ronda Rousey's corner did. You're doing amazing. That's not true. She's not dumb. She knew it. I'm not dumb. My corner, what I want them to say is, this is what we need to fix, and then this is how you're going to win. This is what he's doing wrong. This is what we need to tweak so that you can exploit that. And then we tweak it and exploit it, and that's much better setup in my opinion.
Well, that's so Ivan says here. He says he'd hate to fight you because he doesn't want to get punched with a smile.
A lot of people don't.
But like what Randy was also just talking about, that's one of the great things about Guerrilla MMA, where we train out in Sunland Park, is that Isaac is he's brutally honest, but like it can, like, a lot of people, they want that, what you were saying, where they want the encouragement, like, yeah, you're doing great, but like you're not going to improve by doing that. And it's a great camaraderie out there, where there's a great group of guys that are there, every night, 3-4 times a week, out there training. It's pretty consistently a big group of people, and it's a good atmosphere out there, because it doesn't feel like one of those like chain gyms where you just have like a guy that shows up and is like, oh, go ahead and kick, and they're not giving you one-on-one attention, or they're not focused on that. Where if you know, like, they do that out at Guerrilla MMA, like a guy like Randy will come up, like before Randy even knew who the hell I was. I remember this. I was punching on the bag, and I wasn't turning my heels, or I wasn't turning on the balls of my feet. And he's like, you're losing all of your power because you're punching from here, and you're not actually punching from your hips. And then, sure enough, all of a sudden you're hearing that pop on the bag a little bit better because you're doing it properly.
One thing that I like is we're able to just we have pros in there, not just me, but Isaac's a pro, I'm a pro, Johnny Guillen's a pro, Alex, I always mess up his last name. He's a pro. We have and JR's a pro. We have 7-8 pros in there, and none of us are shy. We go, hey man, what are you doing? Why are you? did you teach them to do it this way? And we'll call out the coach just as much as we'll call out the person.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they're teaching them wrong, you're wasting your time. The reason people go to fit gyms to go punch and all this stuff is because you get a physique that people want. So if you're not punching right, you're wasting your time.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll call people out, and it's not a bad thing to be called out. I would much rather people call me out as well too.
It's the only way you're going to improve, and that's the philosophy I've always had. Is that the only way you're going to improve is if somebody points out your flaws.
Yeah.
And so, unfortunately, there's a lot of people.
Kindergarten too.
And there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people who don't like that. Who they do shy away from that. But there's It truly, it's the only way that you can better yourself to do something. Now, if you just want the physique and you don't want to actually learn anything, that's fine. But if you come out to gorilla, you're going to actually, learn your shit. Let me see here. Now, we have a couple more before we get going here. If you could fight any celebrity, who would it be?
Any celebrity? Maybe like 50 Cent or Jay-Z.
Yeah? Why? Just because? Just so they put you in one of their songs?
No, maybe 50 Cent looks like a buff, tough guy.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be fun to fight him. I think he'd brawl like a gangster.
And the dude was shot like 9 times. So.
Yeah, but he hasn't ever been hit by me.
Well, why Jay-Z?
I don't know. Jay-Z just seems like he's a guy. There's people that you look at. What's that other guy with the mouth thing?
Which one?
I know he's a horrible rapper. I like rap, but this guy just has horrible rap songs. But some guys, you look at their faces like Jay-Z, I just think he needs to get punched. Some people need to be punched.
Mine was always. It's still to this day. It's Floyd Mayweather. Like I want to fight that. Like there's
senior or junior?
Junior.
Yeah.
Like they got to the point where I would get drunk and I'd jump on Twitter and I would challenge him to fights. Just because I was like, I come home from the bar and and this is before I was even training with Isaac and stuff. So I mean, I would have gotten the shit kicked out of me. So it's like, I like how I say that now. Like I could actually kick the shit out of him now.
Maybe he doesn't take kicks.
That's true. There you go. I just got to learn how to move the hips, right? And I like these news stories would pop up, like it was whenever he had a fight coming up or something, and you just see what a piece of shit the guy is. And I'm like, I would just tweet at him, and I'd wake up the next day, and I'm like, oh shit, and I'm like. Going through my phone, I'm like, I tweeted at him 9 times, and I'm like, delete.
He's like, who's this guy?
I'm like, I gotta get off of Twitter, man. So like, I went on like a Twitter embargo for the longest time because I'm like, I can't be on it because that's the only reason I used it. People use Twitter for so many different things. Mine was literally to challenge Floyd Mayweather Jr. to fights. That was it. And it was only when I was drunk.
That's hilarious.
We have another question here from Kim. She says, post career, would you rather be a referee or judge?
Referee. I hate judges. Judges shouldn't be in it.
Really?
In my opinion,
should just it end no matter what. Go till there's a finish.
Yeah. If they took the judges away, there'd be less point sparring, point touch type stuff. I gotta go out there, and the sooner I knock you out, or the sooner you knock me out, we're done. That I would much rather have, or submit or whatever, But if I can avoid the judges in a fight, I will gladly do that every time.
We got another one. This is actually a question for me. It says, would I want to put DJ Khaled in a rear naked choke? So I have a backstory with DJ Khaled. I used to work with the guy.
Yeah.
When I lived in Florida, he was the nighttime DJ on the hip hop station. And the guy was like, I still to this day, I don't understand what the appeal is to this guy. I honestly think he made a deal with the devil. Have you seen the ads for him now where he's like got his shirt off and shit? I think he made a deal with the devil, and it said, look, we're going to make you super famous. Like, that's in the contract, but you're going to have the ugliest fucking body ever. Because it looks like somebody took a lump of clay and just went, and they slapped it on the ground, and then they just kind of went, and stretched a couple of arms at it. Like, that's what he looks like. But overall, like, my experiences with him weren't great. Like, the guy was kind of, he was an ass. Like, Tony, who does Loudwire Nights, it's nationally syndicated rock show. She was the one who did the nights on our rock station. And so they were in the building at the same time, and they would get like 30 to 40 people in their studio while Tony's like over in our studio all by herself. And they would constantly complain about, they would constantly sit there and complain about all these different, like, oh, could you turn the heat up? Or could you, turn, and it's they're just a pain in the ass. Oh, and by the way, DJ Khaled pees with his pants on the ground. Walk into the bathroom, urinals are right there to the right, and there it is. He legitimately has his pants all the way on the ground while he's peeing. It's DJ Khaled's ass. It's right there. So,
You ever compliment him or anything on it?
no, God, no. No, and the guy, and he was just always a jerk, too. Like, he never remembered who anybody was. Like, we worked, and he was, in, like, just, don't like the guy. But no, I wouldn't want to put him in a choke, you know?
You'd have to be close up against him to do that.
Yeah, like I've seen your ass. And I think how did I describe? Oh, it looks like 2 honey baked hams, like sandwiched in there, like the flat part too, like
honey baked.
Fucking gross. But anyway, all right, we're at about a half hour. It's about time we wrap up this edition of the AfterBuzz. I'd like to thank Wreck-It Randy for coming in. Randy, full name? Randy McCarty. Do you come out to Irish music?
No, I come out to Vanilla Ice.
Oh man, I was gonna say you should come out to like Dropkick Murphys or something.
Dropkick Murphys.
Yeah.
I've actually listened to some of theirs.
Or some Flogging Molly.
That'd be fun.
We're gonna get Randy a new entrance on, or we'll here we go. We could do a remix of like Dropkick Murphys with Vanilla Ice. Telling you, that's the thing. All right, so I want to thank Randy. We do have the 2 T-shirts. If you guys want in on these giveaways, just send me an email saying, "Hey, I want in on the T-shirt giveaway," or the glitch thing we have coming up. So we've got extra large men's, medium women's. Just send me an email, brandon.coates@townsquaremedia.com. You shoot me the email. I'll pull some names later. If you want Randy to sign them, I'm sure he's more than happy to sign them for you. And then the glitch gaming thing too. We have that coming up next Tuesday, where we're going to be filming stuff during the day here for Glitch Gaming, thanks to our sponsor. And when they come out here, we're going to film a bunch of stuff, and it's going to be fun. So other than that, Randy, anything else to add?
No, just come out to Jennifer's fight and then come out to mine. I'll be back on sometime next month to push it, and I'll have tickets to give away as well for that.
Yeah, we're going to hopefully get him on the morning show to push the fight up in Cruces, which is March 31st. It's the first of a 3-fight deal for him with AFL. And then also the Jennifer Hahn fight that's coming up in like a week and a half. And support local fighting, right?
Yes.
Legal fighting. Like,
Yeah.
Not street fighting.
Yeah, I won't get arrested there.
Yeah, exactly. The kind that you don't have to worry about getting cuffed and stuffed after the fact. So, all right. Oh, and so Ivan, really quick, he's asking where the fight's at. It's in Cruces at the convention center. So it's going to be up in Cruces at the convention center. Tickets on sale this Friday. When tickets do go on sale, I will blog about it. Like I will put up a post and everything, so you guys can find the links up there. And it should be a really fun fight up in Cruces at the convention center on March 31st. So again, thanks to Randy. And on that note, I get to walk over here and finish the damn thing up.